Good evening. Since I'm doing the architecture digest of Amanda Seinfeld, when it comes down to it, I ended up doing the design for her, and when it comes down to it, the inspirational of her is like the majority of all artists, especially celebrities, are doing architecture digest. And when it comes to her home, I design of getting to know the inspirational of her architecture. And when it comes down to her architecture, she ended up using her daughter as a inspiration, and how she creates most of her living room, bathroom, wallpapers, the platform, the platform of getting to know inside the house. And the inside the house, it does have a narrow hallway. She did explain it. And when it comes down to architecture, when she explained it to Architecture Digest, she did explain it to how it creates her own creates own of her activities, her own inspirational, her own her own ethics, and her own background. It is great to know that Architecture Digest have been doing so well in most of the celebrities. The reason why I choose Architecture Digest, because I did follow them on my Instagram. And when it comes down to it, they are well known for their Frank Lloyd. Frank Lloyd is a great architecture who inspired most of the mansion of all from New York to LA. And when it comes down to New York, there are great virtues of getting to know the panels, the buildings, their homes. And when it comes down to the homes, they are well known for the brownstone. And when it comes down to the brownstone, the more linked into the concrete, the retaining wall, and how it represents all the all the structures inside the concrete. When it comes down to the foundation of New York or LA, there are times that you have to figure out the many authenticity of each of the architecture. And when it comes down to it, it tends to have its own foundation. And when it comes down to its foundation, it has its own pile, its own length, its own symmetry, and its own recognizable. The reason why I choose Architecture Digest of our celebrities, because all celebrities have their own uniqueness, their own creativity, their own inspirational, and how it creates its own magnificent way of using their work, and how it creates most of their decoration, especially their own wall design, its own bathroom design, its own bedroom design. And when it comes down to it, each of the designers have created most of the artists. And when it comes down to the artists, they tend to have its own creativity. And when it comes down to their own creativity, it usually expand most of their imagination, how they explain everything in the Architecture Digest. As for the realtor, these days, they're more focused on getting to know the uh, um, Frank Lloyd mansion in LA, and usually you she see all the Frank Lloyd out there. When it comes down to Frank Lloyd, he does have a geometrical system when it comes down to using his own uniqueness when it comes down to his own triangle side. And when it comes down to his triangle side, each shape contains each of its own inspirational, because it's inspirational contains each roots, its own foundation, creates each of its own structural. And when it comes down to its own structural, it relies on its own ways. So this will contains most of my architecture digest. I've been doing architectural blog ever since I graduated from college, and it's been so long that I been doing this architecture blog. And it is great to design some of the architecture digest, to have some experience of designing. I've been doing architecture blog since 2010, no, 2012. So it has been a long time. So yeah, so you do the math of 2023 through 2012. So that's almost 13 years. Yeah, almost 13 years. So hopefully I'll do most of my vlog, most of my designs here. So please subscribe, like, and comment.